Good morning. I am on my second coffee this morning, I will say that. And that's very unusual for me. Normally I'm a strict 1 coffee a day kind of girl. So to have had 2 fasting in the morning, very unlike me. But you know, I've just been tired this week. It's very rainy. It's been a very rainy, grey kind of week. And sometimes I think that comes into it, you know, and it's just really grey and dull outside. Sometimes I feel like your body, or my body anyway, just doesn't get the signals that it's daylight, it's time to wake up, it's time to go. I have actually been supplementing, let me show you, because I've been taking vitamin D. These are the ones that I've been taking every morning, and I would say this is the most consistent I've ever been with taking my vitamin D because they taste so good. They're the Wild Nutrition Vitamin D gummies, and I just take them first thing in the morning, and they're all made with puree of 6 apples, 3 blackberries, 2 raspberries and 2 strawberries in each pack. So these have been keeping me consistent with my vitamin D, which I think does help. My dad actually swears by, he said since he started taking vitamin D every day, he's never been ill, touch wood. Touching wood on the window behind you. But I think it definitely helps. But anyway, I've been feeling tired this week, and do you know why? Sorry, I can really feel like my 2 coffees are kicking in, and now I have a tendency to tell about 12 different stories at once. I just picked up my coffee and remembered that I wanted to tell you, because last week I had my other matching mug to this, and I wanted to tell you they're from Zara Home, because I saw a few comments just saying, where are they from? And they're this really gorgeous, like vintagey, traditional kind of mug, and I love them. But yeah, I feel like I can feel the 2 coffees kicking in, because I don't even remember what, oh, I know what I was going to tell you. So I recently got, I normally wear it on that hand, but I recently got an Aura ring, just because everyone I know seems to have an Aura ring. I think it also is, I'm about to tell a different story. I was about to then talk about the fact that all my friends are getting them, because a lot of my friends are starting to think about starting families and things like that, and they're really good for keeping a track of your cycle. But that's another entire side note. I got mine because everybody that I've spoken to absolutely loves them. I think it's one of those things that once you've had one, you don't know how you could live without one. And I have to say, I've only worn mine for about 2 weeks, but so far, absolutely love it. Love it. Find it so, so interesting. So it does things like it tracks your sleep, it tracks your activity levels, your recovery levels, and your cycle, like I was saying, just lots of different really, really interesting data that you can read about yourself to help. I like it because it helps me understand my own body and what's going on with me. And sometimes I just like it because it reaffirms how I'm feeling, which is a really comforting thing. It just gives me an insight into why I might be feeling really high energy one day or low energy another day. So this week, for example, this is what I was going to say about feeling tired this week. So I went out at the weekend. I saw my friends. We went for a really lovely dinner, and then we went for a couple of drinks, but we ended up having a really unnecessarily late night just because we were talking. We were talking until the early hours of the morning, and then I had to get up quite early in the morning because I had some work bits to do. So I think I ended up getting about 4 hours sleep, which is really not enough sleep for anybody ever. I basically just thought to myself, as I think probably lots of us do, I'll just get really early night tonight and then I'll be fine. But what my Aura ring has taught me, because I woke up this morning, I've been tired all week and I've just not felt like myself all week, and I woke up this morning still feeling tired after having a really, really good night's sleep, and I looked in my Aura ring to try and kind of figure out why, and I'd slept well last night, everything was all good, but it told me that I have about 4 hours of sleep debt, which means, so let's say, sorry if this is really boring, I just found this really, really interesting, but let's say I, as a person, need about 8 hours a night. If last Saturday I got 4 hours, then my sleep debt was 4 hours from that night. And that's actually really hard to catch up on, because then the next night, even if I sleep 9 hours, I still have 3 hours sleep debt, and then the next night, if I only get 7, I'm back up to 4. So it just really showed me that actually having one really, really late night can take probably a couple of weeks to fully recover from. So that probably explains why I've been feeling tired this week. all I can say is thank goodness for coffee and vitamin D for pulling me through, because it is now Friday, end of the week. I don't know how that's happened. It's just been one of those weeks this week. Don't know where the time has gone. I really don't, but it's Friday and we're gonna have a really chilled day today. It's a very rainy day and I just feel like that calls for a chilled, cozy day. We've got a few things that we do need to do, so we're gonna pop out this morning, and then this evening, a little bit deja vu from last week, but same but different. This evening is actually the Tetbury Christmas market. So Tetbury's a little bit further from me, but it's just such a nice little town, and I just feel like the Christmas market will be really sweet and just a really nice evening. So I thought I like to cram in as many Christmas like things, like markets, events and that sort of thing as I possibly can in December, because obviously you only really get them once a year. So it's their late night shopping and Christmas market, I think, this evening. So I thought we'd go there and have a look, because I've actually never been to the one in Tetbury before, so it's something different for all of us. So we're going to do that this evening, but otherwise it's just going to be a cozy, rainy, Christmassy kind of day at home. It's just not been, you know, some weeks are just not that eventful. There's not been that much going on this week. It's been a very normal, quite relaxed kind of week. So I hope you don't mind just spending a really normal, cozy day. I mean, that's kind of what we do here, isn't it? So hopefully you don't mind too much. But let me go and show you some of the new Christmassy bits I've got. So when I was at the Christmas market last week, there were just a couple of decorations that I just could not possibly resist. Starting with these. I mean, come on, look at how sweet they are. Oh, it's a little mouse and a little owl, and look at the tail on the mouse. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. And I also had to get this. There are just no words. It's a tiny little Christmas jumper with a mince pie on. Oh, I love it. So cute. And then my best friend, when I saw her, it's my birthday in December, and I said to her, please don't get me any presents. I don't need anything. If you want to get me anything, just get me a decoration for my tree. And she picked me this one, which is just the cutest thing. Oh, also Christmas pajamas of the week. I realized that last week, my gorgeous tartan Christmas pajamas that I was wearing in last week's video, I didn't even mention them. Very unlike me, actually, very unlike me. I didn't mention them, and did I mention them? Did I tell you about them actually? Did I? But they are my favourites. So if I didn't link them last week, I will link them today. I'll link them here in this one. The really lovely dark rich red tartan ones, love them. And also, much as I love my white company pyjamas, everyone knows I love my white company pyjamas, the ones last week were definitely more affordable, so I'll link them. But these, I feel like if I go too far back it will be too dark, because that is how dark it is at the moment. If I'm far from the window, I'll probably just disappear into pure darkness in the middle of the day. Middle of the morning, actually, might I add. But anyway, they're soft, they're cotton, they're comfy, they're gorgeous. I love them. So I'll make sure I've linked these too. And I'll put sizes, because I feel like sizing in pyjamas, you never know whether to size up, because they have to be comfortable. But I'm pretty sure I'm wearing a size small in these, and I think the pyjamas from last week are also in a size small, but I'll double check. And if it's different, I'll write that in my description. I'm just getting changed for the dog walk, but I realised I forgot to show you a couple of new bits I've got in my living room. This huge gingham bow, which I love. I've got another green one actually for my front door. And also my Christmas stockings by the fire. These are huge, absolutely huge. And I've got a couple of them, but I think they're so great. They're all from Piglet, which is where I get all of my pyjamas and my bedding and everything from. They're so nice. Okay. Dressed and ready for the dog walk. I absolutely love this raincoat. I love that it has this little internal gilet and pockets everywhere. I feel like pockets are so useful. And then I've just got on my like rugby jersey kind of thing. Oh, my button's undone. But yeah, it's such a good coat, and it's nice and long, so your legs don't get wet. And also, do you see how it kind of pulls in at the waist as well? So as far as these things go, I think it's really nice. I like all the details on it too. And then these are the wellies that I wear every day. They are wool lined, they're so warm. Okay, we've walked the dogs. Am I freezing cold? Yes. Am I soaking wet? Yes. Am I very, very ready for a really hot, gorgeous, delicious bowl of soup at Daylesford? Yes. So that's where we're going now. We just had a walk around Bourton on the Water briefly. Very controversial take, hot take. But as someone that has lived in the Cotswolds for my entire life, Bourton on the Water is not my favourite. I know it's very, very popular. I know it's often one of the first places that people go when they come to the Cotswolds, but it's not my favourite place in the Cotswolds. I did used to go a lot as a child, and maybe that's it. Maybe it's just because it's not the way that I remember it growing up. Maybe that comes into it, or maybe I've just been so much. But we wanted to go to the dog shop there, so we got the girls both a treat, had a little bit of a walk around. I've shown you a couple of clips, and then we just went over to the Slaughters and did the walk from upper to lower slaughter or lower to upper slaughter, whichever way around, which I think is a really, really gorgeous walk. And today, because it was such a rainy, miserable day, it was also really, really quiet, which is very unusual for the Slaughters. Normally they can get quite busy, but I guess it's a really rainy day and nobody is mad enough like we are to do an hour-long walk in the pouring rain. But anyway, let's head over to Daylesford, get some soup and hopefully warm ourselves up. Daylesford have got their winter menu now, so everything sounds very cosy on here. I think Mum and I are both going to go for the winter vegetable and white bean minestrone. The soup smells really nice, and then this looks really good too. Mum said this is very, very good, as an FYI, if you're coming anytime soon. Okay, we're home. I have got changed because we did get rained on, as you probably saw, so I just thought I would put on what I'm going to wear to the Christmas market later. Now, this is also a new jumper, but it was in the sale, so I will, of course, if it's still in stock, I will of course link it for you, but because it's in the sale, it might not be. And also, on that note, you know last week my gorgeous striped jumper, which I love so much, and I said I would link. The reason it wasn't linked wasn't just because I was really disorganised, which is what it usually is. It's what it usually is. So I don't blame you for doubting me, but the reason the link wasn't there is because it's completely sold out to the point that the link doesn't even exist anymore. Like I tried to go through my emails and click on the link through my email and it just said like no page found kind of thing. So it's completely out of stock. If it ever comes back, I will of course link it and you will be the first to know. Same thing, by the way, same thing, because I have received almost borderline aggressive DMs about the arch by my front door, the lights by my front door, which I get because they are beautiful and I love them so much. But the only reason I've never shared a link is because I said this at the time, sorry, there's a plane flying really low near my house, which is weird. But anyway, because again, that after, by the time I'd shared it with you, this plane, I don't know why there's a plane. That's so weird to be flying so near to my house. But anyway, the time I shared it with you, it's completely sold out, as in no link to be found, doesn't exist anywhere on the internet. And I check all the time, every single time that I upload to YouTube, I double check if it's back online. and it never has been, so that's why I've never linked to that. I'm not a secret keeper, a gatekeeper, that's the one. I'm not gatekeeping everybody. I'm either probably number one, being really disorganized, which is why I always tell you, do remind me in the comments, but if you've commented about it and I've still not linked it, it will just be because it's completely sold out and I can't find it to link. Anyway, my point was, I absolutely love this jumper so much, but it was in the sale, so it could be gone. You know what's amazing about this jumper is this collar is detachable, which I love for two reasons. One, it mixes it up. If you just want a different vibe, you don't want the collar on, you can wear it without. But two, and possibly most importantly, I try to wash my knitwear as little as possible, because knitwear just doesn't really wash very well, does it? It always comes out looking a bit worse than it looked when you put it in. My point being, the white collar, when it gets makeup on or tan on or just anything, you can just attach it, put it through the wash, and you don't have to wash the jumper every single time, which I think is genius. I love it. Also, I just thought I'd show you because it's here. I got myself a new scarf this week, and it's kind of the same as, you know, in the summer I wear those paisley, silk paisley print scarves. This is my winter version. It's cashmere. They do this again in lots of different colours. They've got a really gorgeous kind of like caramel brown one that I really want as well. I've got my eye on that. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you that while I remembered. But what I actually came to show you is I got home to the most exciting delivery, and I thought we could open it together. So backstory, I already have one of these candles. It's from a beautiful brand called Memory. The girl that owns it, I follow on Instagram. She does, I think she also does YouTube. She's called Taylor, but I followed her for ages because she supports a dog charity in Thailand that I also support and think is an incredible charity. It's by a guy called Niall Harbison, which I'm sure, Harbison, I hope I'm saying that right, which I'm sure lots of you know Niall and know the work that he's done. Anyway, that's a bit of a side note. The point is, this is her brand, and it's the most beautiful kind of fragrance-based brand called Memory. And I actually was on, oh, my camera's gonna die. Okay, we're back, sorry, but I can't remember where I was in that story, but the point that I wanted to make is that I already have a candle from Memory. Let me tell you, when I got that candle, I unboxed it, I put it upstairs in my house, put it somewhere, it looks so beautiful, the packaging's so beautiful on it. I'll show you this one. But I put it upstairs in my house, I went out for the day, didn't light it. When I came home later that day, the whole house smelled like that candle. I could smell it as soon as I walked into the house, even though I hadn't even lit the candle yet. That is how incredible these candles smell. It's unbelievable. So what's this one called? This one is called On My Way. Isn't it just absolutely gorgeous? I mean, and it smells so good, it's so strong. That one's definitely going in my bedroom. They also sent me their new mini fragrances, which I'm so excited about. So let's have a look at them. What's this one? This one is Sun Is Up. Oh God, that's so good. Oh, the lids are so nice. Oh, I just mean stunning. That smells like summer evening to me. And then this one is Blooms in Venus, which is the most beautiful pink. That smells like a summer's day. It's so pretty and elegant and feminine. And then this smells like the sexier version, like the evening version in the summer. And then this last one is called Envelope. Okay, this is stunning. This is absolutely gorgeous. In fact, it smells so high-end, so like luxury. This is me for the rest of the winter. I will be wearing this for the rest of the winter. I feel very spoiled. Thank you so much, Memory. And I also saw, I might be making this up, so don't hold me accountable, because this could have changed, or I may have just made this up, but I'm pretty sure they do like a kind of a try before you buy situation on the fragrances. So I think they send you a mini or like a little tester that you can try before you open your perfume so that you could return it, I think. So definitely worth looking into that if you're looking for a new fragrance, because they're gorgeous. Or a new candle. This is going on my bedside table. Okay, everybody, let's make this festive pasta bake. Now, if you're wondering what's going into this, at this point, so am I. I have got a vision, I've got a hope, a dream, and an appetite, and that's all we're working with at this point. I don't know exactly what's going to go into it, but this is what my thinking is. I would love to make, or prep, we're prepping for later, a pasta bake so that when I get back from the Christmas market tonight, I can just put it into the oven. So let's go see what we're working with. Okay, I've realised we actually don't have that much time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to prep the tomato base for the pasta bake now, and then everything else we'll throw together once we're home this evening. So far this is just the same base that I use for all of my tomato soups, all of my tomato pasta sauces and just anything like that because it's so easy. So in here I've just got a whole pack of, I think maybe like 5 or 6 big tomatoes. I've got 1 onion, I've got 1 whole red pepper, I've thrown in a whole garlic, which you can just throw in literally like this, and then when it's been in the oven you can just get the garlic out super easy. I've also got half a stock cube in here because it's in the fridge and it needed using. And now I'm going to throw in a few sun-dried tomatoes. The thing is with sun-dried tomatoes is they're often quite salty, so you need to make sure that you haven't put too much salt in. And then this is just a little bit of leftover stock that I had in the fridge, so I'm going to pop that in here too. It's just gone solid because it was in the fridge. And then some black pepper, some Italian seasoning. This is really all personal choice, but I like quite a lot of this. And then again, I like a little bit of spice, so I'm just going to put a few chili flakes, drizzle of olive oil, and then I'm actually just going to turn my garlic upside down so it doesn't burn, and a tiny, you know, centimetre or so in the bottom, again just so that nothing burns. So I'm now going to pop this in the oven for about 40 minutes just while I get ready, and then when it comes out all I need to do is blitz this all together and make a smooth pasta sauce, and we can do the rest when we get home. Okay, it's 3:30 and we're about to go to the Christmas market because I'm thinking by the time we get there it will be dark or almost dark, getting dark, that's the vibes that we want. But also it's not too late and this girl has got a pasta bake to eat when we get home. So I'm thinking the earlier that we get there, the longer that we have, the more time for mulled wine, mince pies, browsing all the little like Christmassy bits in all the shops. But also we won't get home too late. So I think it's perfect. What's not quite as perfect is it is raining. So I've had to rethink the outfit. I'm all wrapped up. So I've got, this is a new jacket, but it was also in the sale. So we're back in that situation again where it's new and I would love to link it for you, but it was in the sale so it could be gone. I've actually never seen anything quite the same as it, which is what made me buy it because the colour of it, beautiful, 10 out of 10. And also the fabric that it's made from is it almost gives kind of like a two-tone effect because it's like a different colour with each direction that the fabric goes, if that makes sense. It kind of gives it, I don't know, just a really unique look, especially in real life. I don't know whether it comes across on the camera, but in real life, I thought it was quite unique and I love it. And it's like a bomber. The vision was these. I feel like these were the outfit vision. I thought cozy, comfy, cute. I'm absolutely in love with these. Again, earlier this week, I wore them in London. I did 17,000 steps in these and they're so comfy. They're just the best. They're so warm, but it's raining. So will I be wearing wellies or boots? Most probably. I did also bring my mittens because there is nothing warmer and cozier than my mittens. I've actually had a couple of things this morning. I've had a couple of things this week where I've had to go out really, really fast thing in the morning and the car's been iced over and it's been freezing cold out here. And I leave these in my house. I put them on I've got underfloor heating in my kitchen. So I leave them on the floor, sounds weird, but I leave them on the underfloor heating. And then in the morning, I just pick them up and they're warm and they keep my hands on the steering wheel so warm. I love them. But anyway, that was the vision for the outfit, but it's raining. So it's probably going to be wellies and I've even packed my huge fleece lined raincoat just in case. But either way, rain or no rain, we're going to have a really gorgeous time. Mulled wine, mince pies, Christmas shopping. What could be better? So let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Look at what they've done in the bakery. They've made like little Christmas houses out of loaves of bread. They just came out from in the bakery and offered to turn the lights off so I could get a better picture. Look how great this is. is such a nice Christmas mug. They've got all the cosy hot water bottles. This one looks like Rue. I've never seen this Emma Bridgewater Christmas mug before. I think this one's really nice. Look at how sweet this little match jar is. These are honestly too much. They're like the little Easter egg chicks that you put on Easter cakes. Are they meant to be robins, Mum? Oh, they're so cute. They've got some really, really great Christmas decorations in here. This is very nostalgic, kind of traditional Christmas. We also quite like these little men. These are very Ralph Lauren Christmas, if that's your theme this year. These are miniature versions of the baubles that I have on my tree. Also, I don't know what these are, but anything miniature I just love. These are all bars of soap, but I love the way that they're all packaged up to look like books. Look how nostalgic that is. Well everybody, we're home. That was rainy, it was freezing cold, it was very, very windy, the winds were so high I was honestly almost being blown off my feet, but we still had a lovely time. We honestly still had such a nice time. Everybody still turned up to turn the Christmas lights on. That's one thing about the English, a little bit of rain is not going to stop us, it's not going to dampen our Christmas spirit. So it's a really nice evening. There was a whole Christmas shop there. I managed to do some shopping. You know, did you see the shirt that I tried on? I'm gonna wear that tomorrow actually. I thought that was so nice. And it was from a shop that's only in Tetbury, so couldn't get it anywhere else. But we had a really, really lovely time. But I have to say, I'm glad to be home in my own house, indoors. It's one of those evenings tonight that I'm inside. It's like so nice to be inside, cozy and warm, when I can hear the rain on the windows. So it's gonna be a really cozy evening. You know what I'm definitely ready for? Pasta bake. So when I went out, I just left all of the veg in the oven. I obviously turned the oven off, but all of that's cooked. I just need to get it out. We need to give it a blitz, cook the pasta. I think I'm gonna do a white, like creamy sauce as well, I think. Put some cheese on top, put it back in the oven, and it's gonna be delicious. So let's get on with it. Oh, I've just seen this. I was gonna tell you about this in the car earlier and then I completely forgot. I was very kindly sent this by a brand called Vive. Vive? Let me show you. I don't know if that's focusing, but anyway, I'm pretty sure it's called Vive. And they sent me this, and when I first got it out, I thought it might be a bit brown for me. It's in the shade Socialite, but I absolutely love it. I think it's such a gorgeous, like muted, it's not too pinky, not too browny. It's really beautiful. It's called the Glossy Lip Oil, so hopefully it's hydrating too. I can put a link to it. It's gorgeous, it's so nice. Okay, this is how we're looking. Roll up my sleeves. So this is the garlic, and what should happen is it should just, yeah, just like that. Because it's so cooked, it all just comes out like that. And now I'm just gonna spoon all of this into the NutriBullet because my hand blender has broken. So I need to get a new one of them. I'm just gonna try a little bit to make sure it's good. Oh my god. That. Oh, that's so good. Yum. So I'm boiling the water for the pasta, and then pasta of choice. We're gonna do this one, which is, I don't really know what you'd call this. It's kind of like curly rigatoni. It's really good. It's like an ancient grain one. I saw an Italian grandma say a little bit of olive oil in the water stops the pasta from sticking together. So I will take her word for that. Okay, I've made sure this is a little bit al dente because it will cook a bit more in the oven. Also, I'm not going to do a white sauce because this tomato sauce is so delicious, I just don't think we need it. Now I'm just going to cover it in this. I hope there was enough pasta. And then I've just grated up some plant-based cheese. I might need some more actually. And then, I know this didn't end up being very festive, so I thought, how are we gonna do this? To put a bit of a festive twist on it, which I feel like you could do with anything that you make throughout Christmas. I've got a rosemary tree outside and I just got the rosemary from that. Cute, a little Christmas tree. Okay, my attempt at a Christmas tree, I feel like maybe the bottom needs to be. Anyway, pasta bake, looks delicious. It'll probably go in the oven for, I actually don't know, just until the cheese is melted and the pasta's kind of like absorbed all of that sauce. Okay, yum. This looks so good. Yum. Okay, not sure about the Christmas tree, to be honest, but everything else. Let's just try and shuffle the Christmas tree over. Okay, how are we gonna do this? Does this not just look delicious? Yum. Also, you know what's really good about this? All the hidden veg. If you have children, there's a whole onion, a whole bulb of garlic, whole red pepper, whole pack of tomatoes. What else is in here? Is that it? But still, it's a good starting point. I've actually got on the that in there is some veg. Just quickly making some veg as an afterthought, but this is so good. Good morning. Yes, good morning. I know it still looks like last night, but it's actually 7:45 on Sunday morning. It is just that dark this morning. I'm about to make my morning coffee. You can probably tell it's the morning actually based on just how tired I look. I've been up this morning since about 5:45, I think, so my Aura ring won't be happy with me today. I've got a readiness score as some kind of miracle of still 75 today, which is kind of okay. Like, that's a decent readiness score. But my sleep score, not great, definitely didn't get enough sleep last night. But there's just a few things that I needed to get done this morning, and I'm going out today for the day. I'm gonna take you with me. I'm about to start next week's vlog this morning as well. But I was just finishing up this video last night and I realised I didn't outro the video, which I also did last week. So I thought I'm not doing that to you again. I also thought I would show you my lip gloss because it looked awful last night because the lighting in the kitchen, because it was so dark, was so orange that you definitely couldn't see the lip gloss at all. But little did I know it would still be dark at 7:30 the next morning. But also I wanted to say that when I was finishing up the vlog last night, I feel like I came across as really flat in this video. So I'm really sorry if that's the case. I was just tired, which, I mean, I feel like you get that idea because I mentioned it about 100 times in the morning, yesterday morning. But yeah, sorry if my energy was a bit low. I just was a little bit tired, but I'm feeling much better today. Somehow, when I've actually had less sleep, sometimes I feel like that. Also, I just had to open my front door because it is so hot in my kitchen. Does anybody else, underfloor heating is the best thing in the world. Coming downstairs in the morning and you can have bare feet and it's warm on your kitchen floor. So lovely. But if anybody else has underfloor heating, please tell me, is it just me? I feel like with underfloor heating, you have two choices: off or boiling hot. Like my thermostat doesn't seem to make any difference. It is so warm. It's like a sauna when I come down in the morning, which is lovely, but I sometimes have to open my front door just to get a bit of air in here. So if you can hear everything, the church bells were just going, which must mean it's 8 o'clock actually. So I need to get going really with my morning, but I just wanted to come on and chat to you and say, sorry if my energy was a bit low in this vlog. Just been one of those weeks. I actually felt really run down towards the beginning of this week. But yeah, like I said, I'm about to start filming today for next week's vlog. I'm going to try and do more of a weekly vlog next week just so that we can spend a bit more time together. I've got a few more things going on, so hopefully it will be. I just feel like this vlog, I don't know, sometimes I get into my own head about these things, but when I was editing this vlog back, I just felt like my energy was quite low. I felt like we didn't do anything that different. I mean, the Christmas market was really gorgeous, and that pasta, I've got half of that still for dinner tonight, so I'm very excited about it. But you know, it was just one of those weeks this week, and sometimes that's just the way it is. This is why I really don't know how people do Vlogmas, like full every single day vlogging, because my life is clearly not interesting enough if some people's lives are interesting enough to do Vlogmas every single day. I've been watching Zoe Suggs Vlogmas this morning. As you know, I was watching her previous Vlogmas from about September this year. Yeah, I was watching her most recent one this morning when I was getting ready. Her daughters are just so unbelievably sweet. They're so sweet. So if you're looking for a comfort channel to watch, I mean, I think just about everybody on the planet has already heard of Zoe Sugg. But if you somehow haven't, or if you've not seen her Vlogmas this year, that's a really cozy, comforting one, and she does it every single day. So it's a good one. Anyway, I should probably get going. Otherwise, this video won't be up on time. So if it is late, you know who to blame. Me. Present moment me, standing here chatting to you when actually I just need to get this video up to you. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. If you got to this point in the video, honestly, just thank you so much. And next week, we'll do a big full weekly vlog, I'm hoping. There'll be more going on. So I hope you have the best week ever, and I can't wait to catch up with you next weekend. Bye guys.